Excellent. Uh, so, how are you all? Very, very happy, excited, delighted to come live in front of you once again. And of course, today is a special day because we are going to launch something. We're going to launch a website. So, I have a few things to bring in front of you and show you, talk about it, share my excitement. Also want to know from you, like, how does it look? How do you feel about it? But before everything, just wanted to tell you, like, thank you very much for all the support, everything that you have given to me, my channels. So thank you very much for that. So what is the agenda basically for today? Let me just quickly share my screen so that it become easy for everyone. Give me a second. Yeah, I've shared my screen. Hope it is visible to everyone. Just give a yes, no, so that I can get it, that it is visible to you. So today I'm going to cover these things. First of all, the welcome. I've already done. Welcome to all of you. And then what we are launching? We're launching a website for tapaScript. So tapaScript is my YouTube channel. I have two YouTube channels. One is on English, another is on Bangla. That's my native language, mother tongue I speak. So for both the channels, tapaScript is kind of a brand name that I've kept, and with I thought like it will be good if I have a website for that, because I've been trying to do at least a lot of things in parallel, like creating videos, maybe writing articles, all these things. So it will be good like if we can bring things together and bring things under one umbrella. So it will be accessible for many of the folks. And also in future, who knows, if I write a book, or if I do a course, it might be easy for me to communicate to everyone. At the same time, slowly I want to bring uh, a community angle to it. There is already a community, very small one, as in Discord right now. But if it grows and if people can help each other, community in the sense is not like, I am going to dictate something, everybody is going to listen, or I'm going to teach something, everybody is going to listen. No, that's already happening on YouTube, isn't it? It's more about how people collaborate, how people learn from each other, and they see their growth path. How I can help, I can definitely share my experience, and if somebody is stuck, if I'm, allow them to move forward, I'll definitely play my part. So from that community angle wise, also I feel that the website will be helpful. Now I think I'm talking too much. It's time to launch it. So if you come to tapaScript.io, that's the website. The timer has already been expired, I see. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to bring the website up. So give me a second. I just need to click on a button, and then probably need to wait for 1 second, and then I need to refresh. So hopefully it works. Yeah, it worked. So we have this website up and running in front of you. So what I'm going to do is like going to give you a very quick overview, and you can anytime, access this, because I want you to access. So it's tapaScript.io. You can go ahead and start accessing it. Let me give you a quick overview like what it is. As you see, there is a hero section. It talks about like what is the probably target or objective of this website. So what I want to focus on is on full stack engineering. So if you know me for my teaching and my content, it is mostly around this, right? I talk about front end, back end, APIs, accessibilities, all this scalability or performance, all this aspect, from the fundamentals to the code. So I think it is time that I can organize them in much better way and put it in front of you, and so that you can actually start accessing them, right? So that's the whole point here. So definitely for the full stack engineering, and of course the hero section is having a random video comes up for anybody to kind of start watching from it. This is pretty random. Every time you go to the website, you will see a random video coming from my YouTube, which is cool. And then there are few sections that I have classified. Is like if you're going to do full stack on JavaScript based stack, right? You can go full stack in multiple stack based. You can go Python based. You can go JavaScript based. So if you want to go JavaScript based stack, you do mastering JavaScript, You probably then go master React, and then you want to do a framework like Next.js, and you also do something about your career. Now there are few things that are missing over here. Like when I was putting this on the website, I felt, oh, now here is the gap, because I am not looking into through a lens of a website like this or a consultation like this. I'm probably creating random playlists, random videos, and things like that. So I'm focusing on JavaScript, I'm focusing on React, I'm focusing on Next.js, maybe career, but there is also a big portion that is missing. Like I'm not focusing on Node.js, okay? I'm not focusing on AI. I'm not focusing on maybe other growth path, like building project, right? So those are the things eventually I want to add as these compartments, these buckets. So if you click on master JavaScript right now, you will land into the playlist that's there right now, 40 days of JavaScript, very close to me. We are already on the 26th day, another 14 days. I hope that I finish it as soon as possible, so that become 40 days of JavaScript. It will be really, really healthy playlist at any point in time for anyone to go over and look into. Then I already have a React.js playlist. It's quite healthy. That's what I think. Next.js, yeah, I need to update this with the latest version. It is there till the initial version of Next.js 15, but I still need to add few more things like from the caching and all those point of view over here. And I keep adding things about the career. Now, apart from this, there are other aspects like, if you want to dive into open source, Git, GitHub, all these things are already there on the YouTube as a playlist, but I have not added it over here. Maybe we'll be bring it in some way. But as the focus is on full stack, I definitely want to bring things on API side, maybe on the Node.js side, and on the AI side of it, right? And the project building. So those are the three things that we'll see getting added in this list. Okay. At any point in time, you can click on this button to join Discord. It will be asking you a few questions you need to submit. I did that because recently I was noticing that there are a lot of spam, and being very busy throughout the day, it's very difficult for me to manage that, and don't want to rely on a lot of bot at this point in time. So I now manually kind of allow people to get in, but I need much more productivity over this. If you guys have any idea, please share with me. Okay, so then next section is about the featured playlist. I have some of this playlist featured, and again, this is very random. So every time you come to the website, I think this will change because I have added a lot and then randomized it. Then you can go and see all the playlist. And then I have a course running, which is like JavaScript, 40 days of JavaScript right now. So this is what is highlight at this point in time. So as you scroll down, you can see the chapters of it. This is a free course, by the way. You don't have to pay for it, and I believe the quality is good. You get to know from people, and then you can of course go to the complete course and you can take it. It's an ongoing one, and it will be done, I hope, sooner. So once that is done, once I start with something else, this particular section will be occupied with that course. So that's the idea basically. And then I have a podcast called tapaScript Labs, where I talk to people, like-minded people, um, try to learn from them, try to share my learning, and whoever willing to listen to that, they also learn from that. So I have a podcast. So here is a bunch of videos from the podcast, and you can see all the podcast. Then I was talking about books, right? I have published two handbooks on Free Code Camp, and then next week I'm publishing this one, Career Paths 101. I had a live with all of you last week where we discussed some of the things about career. Now, trying to put the things a little bit visually and little more content to it. That's why it is taking time. I'm going to publish this, so this will be coming soon. You won't be able to access it now, but other things you can definitely access it and get it. So once I publish it, you should be able to get it, and all the future books and everything will be able to get from this place itself. So this is again the one consolidation is what I was talking about, right? Uh, so then we have some folks talking about the content on the website. Yeah, you can take your time to go through it. This also comes pretty randomly. And then I'm actually launching a way that I can communicate to you through content in terms of newsletter. So you can go and subscribe if you want. It is open right now. Um, you just need to give your email ID, something like this, and then click on subscribe. It will take you, and the newsletter is called the commit log. So if you want to subscribe, please feel free. To start with, it will be a monthly newsletter, but I want to increase the frequency if people like it and if I get good response. And in that newsletter, I'm not going to promote like what I have been doing throughout the month. It will be more about my finding on the full stack engineering and the AI side of it, right? What I have learned and what I can actually share with you. So that kind of thing is what is planned. All right. And of course, these are the socials, right? And then, as I told, like I have a Bangla channel as well. So you should be able to find a link over here if you know Bangla. If you don't know, you don't have to go to this link at all, right? So if you click on this link, probably you won't understand the language. If you don't know the language, that's fine. You can come back to English any point in time. But if you know the language, you can click on it, and this is what gets rendered the content from my Bangla channel, because I have that channel. And this is also an indication that I'm not going to stop that channel. I'm going to continue it. Uh, Only thing is that I'm not getting much time nowadays. I need to plan it better to continue the Bangla channel, because it's been 2 months and I have not put any content on the Bangla channel. I have to bring it, I know pretty well, so I'll be doing that. Same structure. I'm not again going through everything. It has its the Bangla channels playlist comes here. The course that I was running on React, this is again ongoing. After 40 days of JavaScript, I'm going to definitely push it a lot and close it. So this is all everything that you have seen in the English side of it. It's there, but only for the Bangla channel thing. So you all again have this testimonials and the same newsletter thing basically. So these are the two different ways that you can actually navigate to this site, at least for now. But as the time goes, as I figure out more problem with the site, more ways to tackle things, I'll be adding more things, or I'll be changing more things. Now, apart from these things, like, the English thing, the Bangla thing, there are two important things that I want to bring it to you. So there is a section called tidbits. If I go to tidbits, what tidbits are? Tidbits are basically very short way of explaining something and then lead you to maybe a bigger explanation only if you are interested, right? So as you see, here are some tidbits that you can see, like the try catch rule, for example, in JavaScript, or link versus router.push on Next.js, or promise chain. So if you go to any of these tidbits, you quickly get a glimpse of it, like what it is. For example, link versus router.push. We talk about, okay, what is link, what is router.push, which one will be used. And if you want to learn further, either it goes to the relevant documentation. If I have a playlist, I link it. If I have a video, I link it. Or if I feel that there is an article or a video out there which you must see, I also give the resources. And there is a comment section I've integrated with Giscus. This is something I have not tested on production. So if you're accessing the site, if you go to tapaScript.io tidbits, feel free to comment on any of this. Let me see whether those things works or not. And to comment, you have to sign in with your GitHub, so that we can actually reduce the spam and everything. If you like it, please post some comments on the tidbits. It will be really useful. I'm going to also talk about like how this integration happen when you go to the code and other section of it. So there will be more tidbits coming in future, and we are showing probably top 2, top 3 at the top, and then all other tidbits below. And there is a carousel through which you can actually access them or read them from here directly. Yeah, that's how the design of the page, at this point in time. So this is the tidbits page. And then last but not the least, there is a page called contributors. Now what happened, this is the story, that I have purchased this domain, tapaScript.io, 2 years back. I mean, I was on Twitter, then it used to call Twitter, now X. Someone was asking, someone asked a question in a post, like, if you have to create a language or create a community or create something, how would you name it? So this tapaScript name came in my mind. I put that, And then I thought, okay, why not to buy a domain with that? I don't know what am I going to do with that. Even the YouTube was not like tapaScript that point in time. So I just purchased the domain tapaScript.io, kept the domain for myself, but really haven't done anything because I didn't get any time. I'm giving the excuse of time again and again, but that's the true thing. I didn't get any time. Then when I expressed that okay, this is the last year I'll be renewing this domain, and if I'm not actually beating the goal of doing something on this domain, I'm not going to renew it anymore, right? So when I expressed to few individuals and they kind of volunteered, like they will be helping me to build it. So we'll code together, and that's how this contributors page I think very relevant. So you also can contribute. How to contribute, we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, anyone can contribute. We'll get to it, or you can join the community from here, like the Discord community I mentioned. And this is our contributors. Apart from me, these are the folks who have contributed so far to bring this site up and running. If you come back after a couple of days, you might see few more faces over there. And as I told, I purchased this domain a long back, but it never happened. But thanks to all the contributors who actually made it. And few words from them, for example, Nirmal, who actually taken care of the UX part of the site that you are seeing, the awesome cool UX, thanks to him. And then Sham came in. We had a big issue with the animations. He kind of came in, fixed the animation things, to the way possible, and then we could launch it. That was one of the blocker that was stopping us from launching. Ripon is someone who I think worked his heart out on this project. He did a excellent job in terms of making things kind of automated, be it with YouTube API or any other way. Writing very clean code. I have seen his code, very clean code. So it was, yeah, really great contribution from his side as well. Then Abhijit, you were seeing those stars coming right at the background. He got that idea and kind of got a library to make it work. The tidbits page, he put his effort, working on that. And then Mehdi was another person who also contributed very well. I think probably the longest time that he contributed on this particular project. And that's all the contributors that so far that I can actually project. And these people got this website up and running so far. But you also can be a contributor. Okay, you can also contribute to this project. By how? By, of course, writing code. uh, I'll be listing out a bunch of features that I think I'll be doing and we should do. So you can click on the start development. Right now you won't find any issues over there, but I'll be adding them. You can fix bug if you see, but before that, please file an issue if you want to fix the bug. And then once you contribute, we take you through the process of adding to the contributor page, definitely, to give you a shout out. Of course, I cannot pay you because this is not a paid program for sure. And if you think that I should be paying you for this effort, then this is probably not the right thing. Okay, maybe something else that we can collaborate on. And then another place I think you must think about contributing if you don't want to do code contribution is by creating content. You have seen the tidbits, right? So if you click on start writing, for example, this is going to take you for submitting tidbits. You can submit your tidbit idea with a title, maybe a brief of what you want to submit. I'll get in touch with you like how to submit it and we'll get it, and your tidbits get published over there. One thing that tidbit is missing today is it doesn't have the author. We are going to add that metadata, the 3 tidbits that I have written, but in future when people start contributing to it, I think we would need that metadata to give a proper shout out, like who has done this, this written. So once you write it, it straightway come to the tidbits page that we have seen at the top, and people will be able to see your tidbits, right? So that's another area through which you can become a contributor. And I would really love, like, if you think that is something that you can take up and contribute to it, it will be great. Now, one thing to note here that I might not entertain all the features, all the bug fixes that you think of in case you think of like this thing should be done now or that thing should be done, maybe. But I'll definitely love to hear your feedback, because that's the way the feedback comes, right? I'll want to hear your feedback, and then definitely we'll discuss with you. But something that you think maybe urgently we need to do, it may not be that urgent for me, so it may come a little bit late. So that understanding I think you should have when you are contributing, right? Including the content and also the time. Like I also need to get time to look into it and kind of bring it back. So if you have that patience and want to contribute, I think you're still very welcome for this one. So this is all about the website so far. That's all that we have done. So please use it. Give your feedback. I think that will be really cool stuff. Now, as we have done the site overview, let me talk about a little bit the code challenges and everything around that. So the code wise, the entire project is written in Next.js, the latest version of Next.js. That's what I'm showing you on my screen right now. Uh, the project is bootstrapped with Next.js and Shardcn. Um, if you know Next.js already, I think it is pretty straightforward for you that inside the SRC app, you have all those routes created that I was showing you, like tidbits, contributors for the Bangla version of the website, all those things basically. And then inside that, there will be like respective pages, what we have seen, and then dynamic pages. For example, I had a landing page for tidbits, and then for individual tidbits there are individual content. So for that we have the slug and everything created. And then for one page to support whatever the components required, all the components are organized in this fashion, right? So wherever possible, we try to make sure the code is clean. The code is something that people can understand later point in time. But still, there were time that we did things in hurry. So I think still it has lot of scope for improving code. If you happen to talk to any of the contributors that I have showed you, who has done code contributors, I think they can tell it much more better way, like what they felt in terms of the reviews and all these things that we actually went through and finally reached to this particular state. So for many of the people, it might not be a very big thing, as a site like this kind of very pretty usual. But I think for me and for the community, I think it's a great thing. It's probably the biggest thing of the year so far, because now I have a place where I can start consolidating things, can plan things. So whenever I will be planning things, the first place that I'll be coming is this website, and think about it like it should start from here. If it is making sense here, then it will make sense to the end user also. you know so that is the way that it will help me to think. So that way I think it's a fabulous thing for me. So yeah, I was telling this is a plain Next.js thing. And then there are few places where we handle the data in the markdown format. For example, tidbits, again, the place where um, we have written all the content in the markdown in the MDX format. And for all those content to come alive, we have taken the advantage of MDX components, styling and everything. So basically, tomorrow if you are contributing a tidbits, you will be writing in the markdown format and give it to me. I'll publish it for you, right? So you have to know like how to do in the markdown format as well. Some of the challenges that I want to talk about is, I think one of the bigger challenges that I faced was putting a lot of time in terms of thinking like what it is going to be and what the design is going to be, and how are you going to kind of plan to start doing it. So then I was speaking to Nirmal, and then he ideated with me like, okay, these are the things that we should put in, and let's go with this as a first version. And that's how basically it got started. So after the design got frozen, then the next thing was is about how we organize the things, the components and everything, so that it becomes easy tomorrow if I want to add something. That is where we were coming up with a structure like this, that there will be a common place where, for components which are like common components, and then there could be components which are like page level components. So you can do the segregation of that and manage all the components accordingly, so that this is a pattern that anybody can follow if they want to contribute tomorrow, and they don't just mess up with the code. So that was really cool thing to do. And then the third challenge we had is like, how do we manage data? Because all the data that we saw in the page is more about we know like this particular website has to perform SEO wise, right? SEO should be good, so that's why Next.js was one of the choice to go for. But at the same time, we also wanted to make sure like when the page comes renders, it comes with all the required data so that the SEO remains high. Now, how do we get the data from? Should we store the data in Mongo or any other database and pull it, or we keep the data locally? I didn't want to put a huge cost on me in terms of managing the infrastructure. So this website is now deployed on Vercel. There is no database connected at the back because it may be small now, but if in case it grows tomorrow, I didn't want to take the hit of the managing another database at the back. So most of the data that we are dealing with right now is in the form of either MDX content or is in the form of JSON data. I think there will be possibility that I have to go for a database, but maybe after a while, not right now. Right now, let it be very small. And then another challenge that I faced is with the animation. So I like the animation with the raw CSS. I think I understand like how it works with the keyframes and everything. I also understand how Framer motion, right now it is motion, how the motion things work. So we applied those animations on the site, but there were issues. I will say there are still some issues with animations. Um, and we have tackled some of those things, but there are still some issues with the animation where the background and images are getting animated, and that made the website really slow some point of time, especially on the browser like Safari, which are kind of very very careful in terms of the fast, the frequent DOM rendering and everything. And when on the even on the iPhone, when that animation issue was there, when we were accessing it, the phone was becoming hot actually. It was taking that much battery and the power. So we have fixed some of those issues, and then we have commented some of this background image animations. We have to find out a better way of doing that. So on the website right now, you are not seeing some of the animations, cool animations of the images at the back. The background kind of rotates, you know. You're not seeing that because we had to turn it off, as those are kind of causing issue. Um, and then, of course, another challenge, I won't say another challenge, but I think this is probably on the positive side, is like collaborating together to get this thing done. What we did is we used to connect on Discord, we used to file the issues on GitHub, like what are the things we need to do, and then I have seen that superbly people are picking it up and kind of fixing it, doing it. So that's was really really awesome thing. I won't see it as a challenge, but it's just something like too good things to have. So that's quickly about you know talking about the code challenges and whatnot. So let's go to the next thing. So I spoke about the contribution. So does it mean the code is open source right now? Can anybody look into the code right now? No, right now the code is not open source, but I'll be making this code open source somewhat, I think mid of June, because uh, before there are few things to be done, for people who are new to open source. I just tell that it is easier to keep the open source open and give it an okay, let's have everyone and do it. But what I have realized over the years is like, if you want to be a good maintainer, you need to really plan well, and you need to really give that amount of time that required to maintain this project. Now if I am making it open source, of course I want to be the maintainer. Tomorrow I might get more maintainers to help me, but to start with I want to be the maintainer. Now to maintain this project, there should be certain guides, certain rules, certain ways of managing. I don't want to copy paste the contributing.md file or code of conduct.md file from my previous project and start this project as an open source project. Rather, I want to really put something that how the community should be orchestrated around it, how they should take part in it, and then probably moderate in much better way. Because I don't want to tell you like, just go ahead and change some readme here and there and do a pull request and you have your open source contribution. Maybe it will be a meaningful website tomorrow where we can add a lot of features and could be a meaningful contribution. So for that, I need to plan like how to push it forward. So that's the reason I'm planning to make it open source around mid June, second or third week of June, maximum by end of June. And then probably it goes through the proper open source procedure where people can contribute the way that they contribute to every other open source project. Until then, if you want to contribute, I told what needs to be done. You go to the contributors page, come at the bottom, see where you want to contribute. You want to contribute on a feature, get in touch with me. But get in touch with me with the purpose. Just don't come and say that I want to contribute. You have to say I want to contribute on this. I want to write a tidbit. I want to contribute on this particular issue that you have raised. I want to contribute on this bug that I have found. That is where I think it will make more sense. I'll definitely get you in. You can contribute, and both of us will be happy. If you don't want to, that's also perfectly fine. Okay, and then up next, as I told, is like I'm going to add a few more things, few more as a feature over here on the website. And as and when I do that, maybe I won't be doing a live like this, but I'll definitely communicate on the social media. We can, check it out. So with that, now I want to go back and want to start taking some questions and want to see like what people have commented in case there are some comment. Let me see. Okay, so I see. Please add English subtitle in live. I really don't know how to do that. uh, uh, yeah, I'm talking in English, so yeah, I don't know like how to do that. Maybe I have to figure it out. Um, okay, I visited the web page, but there seems to be unknown language component. Can you convert it to English? Rest of the anchor tags are working well and everything is fine. Okay, I'm not sure like AK as like which one you saw. Maybe need a confirmation from others as well, like if you're not seeing the website in English, you should be seeing the website in English. There might be a button for converting into the Bangla. That could be the case, and it is kept in Bangla so that people who only understand and know the language, probably they're only going to click on it, right? So if you get confused only with this particular button, I think this is fine, this is expected. But if rest of the places things are not in the language or not in English, please let me know. Could be some bug, something broken, or if others are also seeing it in the same way, let me know. Then tidbits feature is cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's something that I would encourage people to kind of read about it. The whole idea is like now the world is very fast and fast moving. Nobody wants to really spend a lot of time in terms of reading. So wanted to create some crisp content, maybe just highlighting a part of it, and then give some additional resources like if people interested to know more. Okay. Then some love and all. Okay, you are from Bengal. Yes, I'm from Bengal. I'm basically by birth I'm from Bengal, West Bengal, India, and yeah, Bengali. So how you optimize images? So far we don't do anything extra for optimizing the images apart from what Vercel does with the if we use the Next.js image tag and its attribute, because the image tag also image component, basically image component also comes with some of those uh, attributes that you can make use of for making the optimization better. We know that there is a limitation with Vercel with the number of images that you can actually optimize. There is a limit, there is a cap. After that, it is priced. In case you don't know, that is the fact. You can search the website. But I don't think that we'll be soon getting there. But at the same time, we might have to think some alternatives to optimize those images in the long run. Maybe we get these images from completely a third party where we can do these optimizations elsewhere and just bring it over URL. So those things have to be thought out. Again, this is a great question, Animesh. If you have any ideas, feel free to share with me. It will be really good. Okay, so there is again okay, there is a recommendation of trying the GSAP. Yes, definitely I want to try GSAP. That's something that there in my mind. I'm quite comfortable with Motion. I have not tried GSAP much personally in coding. That's the whole reason probably I'm a bit shy in terms of trying it out, but I think I need that push to try out and do something with this app. So very soon, definitely. So that's all I had, guys, to convey today. Thank you again for joining. I really appreciate whoever took their time to join this launch. That means you really care for me. You really care for tapaScript. You really care for my teaching and the content that shows. So thank you. Thanks a lot for doing this. I really appreciate from my heart. And I'll continue to create content and I'll make sure that the good content reaches you. At the same time, why I'm talking about the contribution and collaboration, it is sometimes a bit difficult for a single person to do everything. So for example, if I get a good stream of quality tidbits, by the way, I may reject some of the tidbits if it is not uh, what is it, adhering to some of the standards that I would look for. But I would definitely, if I tell some improvement, if you take care of it, I would definitely accept. But definitely, if some tidbits are coming from community, I don't have to think about adding tidbits, right? I can do focus on some other country. So that's the whole purpose of the contributions that comes from, right? Uh, Excellent. Thank you very much again. Take a great care of yourself and let's learn, let's rock. Thank you. I'll end this. And please share and talk about tapaScript.io. Share the website with others. If more people are accessing it, it will be really awesome. And I would love to know, like, what do you think? If you're watching it later point in time, please put a comment below. Thank you very much.